Did anyone prove?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cadet Landon Meyer. I'm from Mobile, Missouri. It is currently my 6th year here at the Academy. Tonight, I have the luxury of telling you a story. But it is not just any story. It is the story about how 40 different families were willing to give their sons an opportunity to be great. This is the story of the MMA class of 2024. And how we all ended up here tonight in this gym. Our story starts on August 13, 2018, when the 130th Corps of Cadets was registering new boys for the 2018-2019 school year. I came to MMA in August of 2018, and it was a culture shock and a half, I'll tell you what. But I immediately got involved with the band and fine arts programs. I was rolling through my first semester, learning the ropes of the school. I somehow made it through my first semester with a pretty good understanding of the school, but I still couldn't avoid getting tours. But tonight is not about me. It's about our class as a whole. I am just one out of the 40 cadets graduating tomorrow morning. The next major event that happened was in January of 2019, whenever we received the tiny and Rocket League obsessed Nathan Dempsey. He was the smallest of the mid-year new boys, standing at about 5 foot tall, but everyone here has had the great privilege of watching Dempsey grow into the man he is today. Now, the second semester, it went very smoothly. We completed final formation as planned, and we went home for summer break. When we came back to MMA in late July of 2019, and for leadership camp, we had a blast. And later on, in August, we gained our stereotypical cowboy, Connor Moore, who is now our lovely S4. We also gained our battalion XO, ZG Joe. He was very confused. Later on, in November, we gained our drum major and grade skipper, Angela Lertonetta. And in December that year, we got to participate in the 78th annual Even Song. When we left for winter break, and after we returned, we started hearing about COVID cases developing in China and spreading through multiple countries. However, we pushed on and continued school as normal. Throughout the second semester, however, everything changed. COVID started spreading rapidly, and by spring break 2020, the entire world was in a global pandemic. After we returned from spring break, the number of cadets on campus dwindled from 240 down to about 150. I have a question for all of you. Who remembers the first time they got COVID tested? For a lot of these cadets that year, it was right over there by that wall. Campus was closed off from the outside world. It was weird. We had no real outside contact that was actually physical. However, despite this, not a single cadet got diagnosed with COVID during that time. We got to complete final formation and graduation as normal. It seemed like it was just a regular day, but this final formation was incomplete. Not every cadet was present. The only cadets present were the seniors of the class of 2020 and any other supporting member needed. When we got back in August of 2020, after getting COVID tested again, we gained multiple cadets, including Pepe, who was the Echo Company Supply Sergeant, Jose Aguiano, Wesa, who was our S5, Samuel Way, our battalion commander, Bradley Thumby, stereotypical Florida man, Nathaniel Espinoza, and finally, our command sergeant major, Gabriel Iglesias. Freshman year is probably the hardest to remember because of the lack of oxygen due to us deciding to walk around like a bunch of ninjas all year with our masks. However, against all odds, we made it through our first semester with no major problems from our class. When we came back from our extended winter furlough, we met the wannabe Eddie Van Halen, who was our proud Bravo Company First Sergeant, Matthew Hallam. In the second semester of freshman year, we continued with our ninja aesthetic until that fateful day whenever President Geraci told us we didn't have to wear our masks outside anymore. We had final formation and graduation as normal, and our class could officially say that we are halfway through our time here at the academy. Coming back sophomore year, however, it seemed like a completely different place. We were able to order food on the weekends again, we could go on general leave, and we didn't have to wear our beloved masks ever again. Amongst all of the good news, however, there was some bad news. Like the cadets we gained that year. Nah, I'm just kidding. We gained two of our XOs, Edward Keith and Connor Edwards. We gained the legendary Russell Olson, and one of our favorite golfers, Gabriel Ontiveros. First semester sophomore year went smoother than butter and faster than the speed of light. January rolls around, and we leave 2021 in the past. We got the Raider addict, Evan Batson, and the stereotypical choir boy and band commander, just in case Daigle, and the best reader in the Corps, Tyler Dean. We did manage to get through the second semester quickly, but not without its bumps. Not every road in life is as smooth as I-70, sadly. After a rain-free final formation, we got to go home on summer break and relax for what seemed like only a week. Because in August of 2022, we didn't hit the ground running. We hit the ground like we were being chased by a cheetah. Thankfully, after the new boys learned everything, we were able to slow down and enjoy the first semester of our junior year. Now, junior year is when a bulk of our brothers joined us. In our first semester alone, we received 14 new boys to the class, including Maximo Castillo, Braden Atterbury, tennis guru Francisco de la Maza, Aaron, or Aaron Elford, excuse me, Tupac lookalike Kamani Erskine, our lead door holder Gaston Castello, the man with sticky hands Michael Middleton, the fish from Brazil Paulo Pereira, Charlie Company Commander Braden Phelps, William Remshard, Joey Roach, and football maniac Joshua McCart. That year, we also gained two seniors who decided to take a victory lap with the class of 2024 this year, Pablo Belmonte and Emiliano Laredo. Both first and second semester went without a problem, and it seems like it was just a few short weeks ago. We had final formation and graduation and said goodbye to the class of 2023 as we took over the battalion leadership. Finally comes our senior year, our greatest year, the year that we will remember for the rest of our lives. The first semester of our senior year brought in 6 more of our brothers. The Iowa potato farmer, Ian Carlson, state vocal medalist, Andrew McConnell, the sleep-obsessed, Juan Newlands, piano wizard, Alexander Nikas, Mongolian monster, KT Avatar, and our newest postgrad, Luis Ocho Ochoa. Our first semester was great at first, but it did have some rocky times as we got closer to Evensong. However, the Corps bonded together, it got through it, and made it to our final winter break. Our second semester has flown by and brought in the last of our brothers with our 2 new boy seniors from the middle of the year, big man Javari Watson and Caleb Gardner. As well, we saw the return of our stereotypical Florida man, Nathaniel Espinoza. Now then, all of our seniors are present and accounted for. Together, we accomplished so many great things this year. Now, like it or not, we will always be able to call MMA our home away from home. To wrap this up, I have some very important thank yous to give. To the faculty and staff of this lovely academy, on behalf of the senior class of 2024, I thank you for giving us guidance and the support to make it through everything this fine academy has to offer. To Colonel Grabowski, thank you for putting up with me for the past 6 years. To the CLAs and night accountability officers, thank you for putting in the time and effort to raise these young men and to ensure their safety throughout the night. To the teachers, thank you for supporting us every step of the way through our academic journey. Rather it be the time spent after hours helping cadets study or the late night emails about a question on a math test. Rather, to the families and friends of these fine young men out in the crowd tonight, I thank you for sending your boys to MMA and for trusting this school to turn them into fine young men, and for allowing them to join the greatest brotherhood, which is the Missouri Military Academy Alumni Association. Now then, finally, To my seniors out in the crowd tonight, my friends, but most importantly, my brothers. Regardless of if we are physically here or not, our actions throughout our time here at the Academy has shaped the future cadets of this great school. Whether you have caused problems, which we all have at times, or you have fixed those problems, we all get the privilege of being the MMA class of 2024 and the senior class of the 135th Corps Cadets. Finally, I leave you with one last message. After tomorrow morning when the cannon fires, it will be our time to go out and conquer the challenges of the world. However, we are not alone. Always remember, no matter what kind of trouble you run into, you can call upon your brothers from your time here at the Academy. Now then, seniors, let me hear you loud and proud. Seniors!